What's up, gang? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? We had to strike. I mean, now that the news is out, had to go live for a little bit. If the lineup happens to come out while we're live, I'll give you the lineup. I do have Yankees news. The Yankees put Miguel Castro on the IL with a shoulder inflammation, and they brought up Tim LaCastro is back up. So he's going to be up and give him some speed and some defense. So that is good. That is really, really good. But obviously the news of the day is Juan Soto. He rejected the largest contract in the history of baseball. 15 years, $440 million, which is about $29.33 million per year, which would not be obviously the highest paid position player. And that was, so I think that's one of the sticking points. There were a couple other things too. There was no deferred money. The Nationals generally defer money. There were no opt-outs in this either, as far as I can see. So I could see why he would opt out. Obviously, he wants to get the largest contract ever. No doubt about it. So negotiations continue, but the biggest thing is the Nationals have officially made him available for trades. So they're going to accept offers in the next couple of weeks until the trade deadline. So if I'm the Yankees, I'm calling them now, yesterday, if I'm Cashman, right? What's up, batting in 7-7, balling with AC? What's happening, gang? Right? So let's talk about trade ideas, trade proposals. What do you guys and gals think? What would you do? Aiden's in the house. F is in the house. Well, the thing is, what's up, Hirsch? How you doing, buddy? He's 23, and he's a Scott Boras client. And obviously, in free agency, you want to set the market, right? Even though he's not a free agent several years, but this will be the biggest trade asset in probably in history of baseball. And so expect a historic return and a historic contract to go along with it. And I expect both of them to happen relatively at the same time. I don't think the team like the Yankees or the Dodgers are going to forfeit a bunch of top prospects and then not have an extension either being finalized or worked on or lined up. You know what I mean? That's going to be part of the deal. Part of the deal. So, word lifer. Rest of our top 10 for our Soto for me, we could keep Volpe. So this is the other thing. So I'm glad you brought that up, word lifer. What I'm hearing is there are suggestions that the Yankees should also assume Patrick Corbin's contract, who's a lefty starter from the Nationals. He signed a 6-year, $140 million deal. What's left on his deal is 23 point something million this year. Next year, 2023, and then 2024 is 35 million. So it's still a good amount, about 80 million left on the contract. And if that's the case, if I'm Cashman, I'm like, okay, here's the deal. I'll take Corbin, but either you're taking back Hicks and something else, okay, to offset some money here, or I'm taking back Volpe, I'm taking back Ken Waldichuk or something like that. You decide. But you got to take something. I'm not just assuming that just to get Soto. Otherwise, if they're insisting on that, I walk. That's dumb. If that's the case. If they get Castillo, what will happen? See, that's the other thing, Aiden. That's the other question. Like, what happens now? If you're going to give up a haul, do you do it for Soto or do you do it for Castillo? Right? They need both positions. Castillo is 29. They can still get another starter. Juan Soto is a generational player. So what do? You know what I mean? So, and yeah, the Mets will be in, but the Mets don't have the assets in terms of prospects depth to give up for a Soto. Their farm isn't as deep. You know what I mean? So give the Nats 5 prospects, hit hard, Judge, Gallo, Torres, train everyone, including me, get ticket sales. That works, Luke. That works. By the way, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Juan Soto being Astro Olympian. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. AFC does Dallas. What's good, Tim King and Jordans? I had to go live for a little bit just to talk about this because the news just came out a little while ago. I put out a video too. That's in the description if you haven't seen it yet, with some details on what we know so far. So, well, this is the thing. AOC does Dallas. We just don't know. You know what I mean? Cashman could be laying in the weeds quiet for a move like this. So, Hal gave him the green light for Cole. So, made this argument for getting A-Rod. When you have a chance to get the best player in the game, you do it. Soto is the best player in the game. He's up there, Billy. He's up there. He's top three. Top 3 in my opinion. He's 23. You know what I mean? He's 23. Jamison Tyon's pitching tonight for the Yankees against Nick Pivetta. I'll have the lineups when they come out. If they come out while I'm live, I'll announce them to you guys and gals when we're on. So, but I want to know what you think. What would you give for Soto? What do you think? Yankees should get Soto. I mean, if they get Soto and Castillo, that would be a historic deadline. I mean, it really, really would be. It would set them up for years, 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 years. So the best suitors for him, probably the Dodgers, Antoine, the Yankees, and the Mets. Probably in that order. Maybe Astros fourth. And then if you have made it to free agency, I would add Texas to that and maybe another team too. But this is it, man. This is the deal, right? What are they going to do? Surprised the Dodgers have so many. Yeah, they have 7 in the top 100. They are really, really good at farm developing pitchers and players and just prospects in general. So, and that's the thing. The Yankees had 10 out of 15 Yankees prospects, 10 out of their top 15 are in AA and AAA. So they have a lot at the top levels, which is good. It's a good sign. A really good sign. But this is if you get Soto, you have to give up Volpe. You got to give up Dominguez and Peraza all in one, and more, and more. But like I said, if the Nationals are insistent on the Yankees picking up Patrick Corbin's contract, then I'm either taking one of those contracts back, or you're going to take Hicks and Donaldson, whatever it is. We need you to take something back. That's the way it's got to be. It's got to be fair here. It can't be stupid. So Castillo is more of immediate. Yeah, Hirsch. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Nice hit hard. Nice. Volpe, Dominguez, Austin Wells, Waldichuk, Florial, Andujar, Garcia, Medina. It would probably cost right around there. Right around there. But again, if we're taking Patrick Corbin, you're not getting Waldichuk. Benintendi's not going to get traded here. He's not vaccinated, so the Yankees are no longer interested in trading for him. They can't use him in Toronto. Whether it's regular season or the playoffs, he can't play there. So what's the point in acquiring him now if he's not vaccinated? The only player, Volpe's not untouchable if it's Soto, Hirsch. He'll be in that deal. If the Yankees can get Soto, he'll be in that deal. If they can get Soto without Volpe, then Cashman is a GM of the decade. So, yeah, I mean, he's 23. He's not the number one prospect in the MLB. He's the number one prospect for the Mets. He's top 5. So is Anthony Volpe. But that's all they have to the Mets. It's not much after that. Yankees are a much deeper farm. Salute Morning Brew. What's up, brother? What's up? Exactly. Nobody's untouchable if it's for Soto. It's not nobody. So Tyler Wade was a nice depth piece. You know what I mean? Depth piece. We'll see what happens there. Simply 5. What's up, man? Yeah. Again, there's nobody there isn't a prospect in baseball that the team wouldn't move for Volpe. I mean, for Juan Soto. Devers is a Yankee killer. Absolute Yankee killer. I would love to get Soto and then get Devers when he's a free agent. That would be killer. Yeah, Benintendi, man, it's just 10 Royals. Billy Branch, 10 Royals are not vaccinated. 10. They had to put 10 guys on the restricted list to go to Toronto this week, and they brought up 10 prospects because 10 of them are not vaccinated. The other outfield target, Michael Taylor, not vaccinated. Whit Merrifield, not vaccinated. So, yeah. You know what I mean? It's weird, but we'll see what happens with the Mets. Simply Fog. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to get somebody or a few guys at the deadline. There's no doubt about it. I have no doubt there. Well, empty the farm is, I mean, it depends on what you mean by empty the farm, Hirsch. They're a top 5 farm now, so they could withstand something like that and still, move. And still have a decent, solid farm. So, but these are the types of players you give a lot in the farm for. This is a generational player, so there's nobody in the farm that's better than him. If we look to make the Soto deal, does that open up it might word lifer? It also might make him tradable. We don't know. We just don't know. I mean, that's the key. Do we demand the window to sign? Oh, that has to be part of it, Mark Watson. I don't think they're going to sign him without an extension. And if I were them, I'm giving him an opt-out. Like after 6 or 7 years. When he's like 29 or 30, let him opt out. And if he does, you say bye-bye. Let somebody else pay for his decline years. I've been saying the same thing about Judge. Let somebody else pay for his decline years if he opts out. But this is the guy. This is the guy that, this is the generational player right now to get. And there's only a small amount of teams who can get him. You know what I mean? So it's going to be crazy next couple of weeks. August 2nd being the deadline. It's going to be nuts. So, balling. Baby's good, man. Thank you. Baby's good. Napping right now. She's good. Well, Cinco, now that they've made him available, I wouldn't be surprised if he's traded before the deadline in 2 weeks. So, we should trade for Soto to pressure Judge into signing. I mean, theoretically, maybe, but if they trade for Soto, then they might not want to re-sign Judge. And that's the other thing, too, because they have his replacement. So, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Boris isn't letting him. He will, Drew, if they get what they want. He will. He's not going to make him wait for 2.5 more years if he doesn't want to. If he gets the money now, he'll get it now. Because if he gets hurt in the next 1.5 years, then he screws his free agency chances, right? If he secures the deal earlier, then Boris has nothing to worry about. So, yeah, the Nats just had exactly. They just made their best effort. 15 years, $440 million. That is ridiculous money. Ridiculous money. But he said no. He's betting on himself, man. It's crazy. I don't think anybody's excitement matches Hal's, Jerry. I don't think anybody's does. But this is something we have to talk about, right? I mean, this is just, it's going to be talked about like every day now. And it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. And I hope the Yankees put together, at the very least, a hard-ass package, their best package ever to try to get him. If they say no, you keep it moving, you move on. That's it. But at least they should try. So, and I would not be waiting until the deadline because the price is just going to go up. Comparison, I think it's all said and done. Julio can go down. He could. It's early ball when I see, but he could. You never know. Never know. Yeah, and I think, Mr. Santiago, I think the Nationals window is done. They're closed. So he won his title with them, and it's time to move him to a place that's he'll be in a position to win a World Series almost every year. You know what I mean? And there's only a few teams that allow him to do that. So, yeah. Soto's. How do the Mets have the best chance? They don't have anywhere near the prospect package that the Yankees or the Dodgers do, Greg. How do they have the best chance? The Nats offer was 15 years, Morning Brew 440. No deferred money, no opt-outs. Nada. I looked and looked and looked. So I'm not surprised. 0 opt-outs. It was $29.33 million per season for 15 straight years. So, you know what I mean? We can't wait to get. We can get him in free agency. So trading for Soto won't affect their ability to get Davis in free agency at all. Aiden, Yankees have a real good shot here, but they have to be willing to fork up the. You have to give a lot to get a lot. So they have to be willing to do that. They got to be willing to take this plunge. So prospect hugging. Is only going to work if the prospects pan out. But if you have a chance to get a generational player, then you give up the prospects. So it's you know what I mean? And they have him for 2 years. The Yankees are not going to trade him without extension. I don't think any team is going to trade for Soto without an extension that's going to be agreed on. If I were the Yankees, would I entertain bringing back the horrible contracts like Corbin? There's not a chance in the world I would take back Strasburg's contract. Not in a million years. Corbin, I would take only if they take Hicks back and maybe Donaldson too. Or if I'm going to take Corbin, you're not going to take back anything, I want Volpe back. It's got to be that way. I'm not taking his shit contract for less than mediocre production just for the pleasure of getting Soto. And that's Cashman's going to play hardball with that one too. That's the only way I do it. If I'm taking this extra $80 million on Corbin, you're taking back Hicks, you're taking back Dunn, you're taking something. It's the only way I'm going to do it. Otherwise, I'm hanging the phone up. I'll walk. Oh, exactly. Dominguez will definitely be in that deal. They'll definitely be in that deal. Don't worry about Drew. Critics always say the Yankees bought a championship. What did Texas do this offseason? What did the Mets do? That's what they do. They're investing in their products. So don't worry about the critics. There's always going to be critics and haters who don't know what they're talking about. So don't worry about them. But Strasburg, not a chance in the world. At least for me, Morning Brew, there's not a chance in the world I'm taking back Strasburg's money. There's no freaking way. That's a brutal contract. Corbin again, but you're taking something back in return to make it more reasonable. And again, the $80 million I'm taking back for Corbin versus the $35 million taking back for Hicks, you're getting off nicely. You're getting a discount. So it's got to be that way. It's got to be that way. I could see Hal paying Soto. They have like $100 million coming off the books the next 2 years. And I think they don't want to go further for Judges because of Judge's age. He's going to be 31 next year. Soto is 23. That is a huge difference. Huge. So, you know what I mean? Word lifers. No, Volpe Dominguez in a heartbeat, Daily Dose, in a heartbeat. Word lifers got a trade here. San Francisco gets Aaron Judge. Nationals get Marco Luciano, Peraza, Dominguez, Wells, Westinski. Yankees get Soto. Judge, Nationals get. Interesting three-teamer. Interesting three-teamer. Peraza, Everson Pereira, Medina, Bro, Sears, Florial, Marinaccio, Garcia. I don't think that I don't think the Nationals would take that quantity. They're going to want more quality at the top. I don't see them as I can't see them getting Soto without adding Volpe and Dominguez. The Braves gave up their 1, 2, and 3 prospects for Matt Olson. I can't see the Yankees not giving up at least 2 of the top 3 for Juan Soto. I just can't see it happening. I hope I'm wrong, but I can't see it happening. Yeah, Mariners and Tigers, they're up and coming too. They are up and coming. But anybody else have any, trade ideas for the Yankees and the Nationals? Like, who would you take? Who would you not take? Who would you add? Subtraction. Only Corbin I want is Burns. Yeah, I like that too, Santiago. I don't think he'll be available, but if he is one of these days, and we don't get Soto, then Josh Bell. I mean, Josh Bell, decent depth piece. But if we're not going to get Soto, we have to get another outfielder. And I mean, we have to get another outfielder. That's right. The Yankees are not paying Stanton's full salary. Yeah, I can't see them trading Judge to the Nationals for them. I just can't see it. I mean, Judge is, they could lock him up for a bunch of years. He'll cost a hell of a lot less than Soto would. But I don't know if they're gonna unload Soto, then they're gonna probably do a full rebuild. That's what I think. Yankees get Soto, Corbin, Volpe, Dominguez, Gallo, Andujar, Torres, Wells, Pereira, Peraza. Gallo. That's reasonable. Baller. That's reasonable. It's reasonable. And Billy, make a point too. Take Judge to put some butts in seat. That might be right too. Yeah, Roderick Garrett's only 16, so he's not gonna be here for a while. Spend prospects on Soto, spend prospects on all positions. Yeah. I mean, again, Soto's a generational player. Try and get Kyle Finnegan, get a reliever with options. I like that one, Daily Dose. I like that one. I like him. I'd rather have Finnegan over Corbin. 245, meaningless right now. Meaningless. He's heating up too. Meaningless. That's not going to. Still doesn't address the problem of not having a second good starter. Well, exactly, Mike. I mean, that's only, and I've said this in my video. Getting Soto does not solve the pitching problem. They have to do both. What's up, Yankee by nature? Yeah, I don't think the Dodgers would trade Mookie for Judge. I don't think they would. Anyway, could be wrong. Cohen, I mean, I guess he could spend the money, but they don't have the farm to get him. Florial or Andujar. No, I mean, the Nats are going to want Dominguez, Volpe, Peraza, Probably Everson Pereira, probably a pitching prospect. Guys like that. 5 of their top 10. They got to get 5 of their top 10. Brian Reynolds, I love. He's been my number one, target. But now that Juan Soto's available, you have to consider that. Soto's also, 4 years younger than Brian Reynolds. So, does the loss of Soto hurt the valuation? Well, they're trying to sell it, so them trying to sell it hurts the valuation of the Nats. And then if Soto moves, that's another thing too. So, do I see the team holding on until? I don't know. Could be, but what's the point? What's the point? Pirates. I like Brian Reynolds, man. I'd love to get him and David Bednar. Honestly, that would be huge. Huge. Does the large ask for Soto lower the ask for? Maybe not for Reynolds. It's still going to be a large ask for Reynolds no matter what. I mean, you can get Reynolds and Bednar for less than it will cost to get Soto. I would do that. But we'll see. Cashin's he's not going to get played or fleeced on this one. Yeah, you're gonna have. This will be the biggest trade ever, and probably in baseball, the biggest trade the Yankees have ever made in their history. So that's it's like getting modern day Mickey Mantle back. It really is. It's kind of hard to do. Yes, and the Dodgers will make a run for Soto too. I think based on the position, he probably represents less of a need for them than us, but the Dodgers will, at the very least, go after him. And if they don't, if the Yankees somehow got Soto, then the Dodgers are pretty much guaranteed to get Luis Castillo. Pretty much. That's I would do. I would be willing to bet that. But the Yankees they're in position here to get one big piece. Soto, Castillo, somebody, a big piece. That versus sign all the Sotos you want. Yeah, we need pitching, Robert. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Would I take Soto? I would take Soto over the Nationals pitching. I don't like any of the Nationals pitching. It really depends. I would not take one start. Like, I would not take Luis Castillo over Soto at this point. You give me Burns and somebody from the Brewers, then it's a different story. But the impact of the player. Orioles, Mariners, Marlins, Tigers. Yep, exactly, Ballin. Pitching in general for needs. It really depends on what, and I also like to factor in what's available. And is there enough available out there, Santiago, to justify not getting a Soto? I don't know about that. Yeah. McClanahan, interesting. Power rankings, yeah, I thought about it, maybe. I might do that. Cashman, yeah, things are opening up, man. This was a surprise, too. This was a surprise. How many years left on Castillo? He's a free agent in 2024, so he's got the rest of this year and next year. It's like a year and a half. Diego Cortaya, Miller, Bush, yeah, it's a big get for. But again, they're going to want to re-sign Trey Turner too, and they're going to have to decide. You know what I mean? Trey Turner, Soto, they're going to have to decide. They really will. If Frankie Montas healthy, if he shows that he's healthy, they might as well go after him. Most definitely. But yeah, this is a Devers is a Yankee killer. Yeah, this is a way of getting Gallo off or Hicks off or whatnot. And again, there's short-term investments, but Hicks can play in Nationals. So can Gallo. Honestly, he can play with him too. But guys, make sure to hit that like button, by the way. Can we get over 100 likes? Let's see if we can get over 100. We're at 143 people in here. I want to just blow through that 100 like. But if you don't mind, folks, it's greatly appreciated. Defensive outfielders. Where's Ron Soto? Top 3 player. Sports guy forever. Top 3 player. Well, exactly. We don't need a shortstop. We don't. There's an obsession with folks that keep saying we need a shortstop. I don't understand it, but whatever. Ooh, 51 likes. Oh, we just shot up by 20. Can we get to 75? I want to try to make it to 100 likes. But we'll talk about this later too. Obviously, once we'll go live tonight after the game 2 against the Red Sox. And by the way, let me check and see if the lineup's out, because then we'll get that out to you right now too. Here we go. All right, here we go. Ready for the lineup? Looks like we've got DJ LeMahieu leading off, playing second. Aaron Judge in center field, batting second. Anthony Rizzo batting third, playing first base. Giancarlo Stanton at the DH, cleaning up. Josh Donaldson's batting fifth at third base. Matt Carpenter's batting sixth in right field. Aaron Hicks batting seventh in left field. IKF batting eighth at shortstop. And at the dish, Jose Trevino batting ninth. And Jameson Taillon is on the mound. So that's what we have against the Red Sox. Again, Nick Pivetta is pitching for the Red Sox, so hopefully the Yankees will jump on this guy. But that's the lineup, so now we got both. We got all the info we need now. So back here, there's so many people that hate IKF. I mean, there's other channels who just peddle IKF hate on a regular basis, so maybe that's why. I'm not exactly sure. So I only see Judge being traded for pitching after we trade. Could you imagine that? Mr. Santiago, that would be crazy. But I mean, getting Soto would change the game. It would change everything for the Yankees. It really would. It really would. So yeah, we got to win this series. And I hope the Yankees come out pissed today and try to redeem themselves after yesterday. Come out pissed and win this, man. And tomorrow's Cole versus Chris Sale to finish it off. So hopefully Cole shuts these guys down. So I'm hoping so. We'll see what happens. Where would I put Soto in the lineup? 3. Probably 3. 2 or 3. Something like that. Yeah, well, actually, it depends. Let's see. 3 if Judge is not there. If Judge is there, then maybe 2 or 4. It'd be interesting to see what they do with Judge. But anywhere between 2 and 4, I put Soto. Or Devers home. I hope not, Carlos. I hope not. I really hope not. But this move, a Soto move would restore Cashman's mojo. He would be the mojo king again. That's it. Austin Powers. You give him the feather jacket, it's done. Done. Now, do we know if Soto? He's expressed desire to play in New York before with the pinstripe. So, and again, if they give him the money, he'll sign. Best left-handed power hitter since Bryce. And he would feast on that right field porch in Yankee Stadium. Feast. And I would probably, most likely bat 3. Imagine Soto bombs. Oh, God. Could you imagine it? It's just the possibilities are endless. And now, again, the gauntlet's been thrown down by the Nationals, right? So we have, a handful of teams that are probably going to pursue him. The Yankees have to be aggressive here. And generally, if the Yankees want somebody, they can outbid people. So the Dodgers do have an advantage at the farm, but the Yankees have an advantage on payroll. So especially the Dodgers are like almost $300 million, and they're paying a huge penalty that I know they're looking to go down a little bit. So that could work to the Yankees' favor too. But the war has begun for Juan Soto. The bidding war. Exactly, Juan. The bidding war has begun. So can you imagine that, man? Just taking the 4 train and seeing your boy Juan Soto. I would buy his jersey immediately. Yeah. Yeah, I hope the Mets don't do it either. But I want the best everyday player or the best pitcher. At this point in this game, the best everyday player. Yep. They could take Yes, they could, Proton. So again, Volpe is the guy you give up for Juan Soto. He's the only, and I've said this, he's the only player I'm moving for moving Anthony Volpe for. Salute, John. Randy, he is. How you doing, man? You think Dodgers are in a good spot to get him too. Let's see. Looking down here to see if there's anything. Nope, nothing yet. Nothing to report, no updates, but Cole needs to figure out. Yeah, oh God, yeah. I mean, but again, Devers is pretty much the only guy that hits Cole hard. So, and that's one of the best hitters in baseball. So Cole, it's not like Cole's giving up, getting his ass kicked by everybody. You know what I mean? So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Really, really interesting. Yeah, pinstripes. It was a rough night last night. The Yankees need to come out pissed and ready to go today. Only one I'm moving. Well, exactly, word lifer. Exactly. Same thing here. The only one I'm moving vote before. Devers swimming. Devers got a ridiculous bat, man. Ridiculous. Whoever trades for Juan Soto is going to cripple. Most likely, John, but again, high-ranked farm systems, they'll rejuvenate themselves pretty quickly. The draft is tomorrow, so they'll be already replenishing some of their fun with the draft. Tomorrow's the MLB draft, so, and it's the day before the home run derby. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Get some good prospects, and the Yankees generally do well in the international draft too. So I think the Yankees will be okay. They'll be okay. I don't know. It's still up in the air. I think a college sounds like a college outfielder, Mr. Santiago. And that's when I get this guy early in the 20s and kill one of the. Yeah, damn right, Alexander. Damn right. Padres and Marlins are wild card. Possibly. The Marlins are going to have to give up, a ton, Alcantara and others to get Soto. But yeah, you're right. They're possible. Padres are going to have to give up a bunch too. Unless Judge leaves, and that probably won't happen until December, January. We'll see, pinstripes. Unless they keep Judge and try to really make a run with him and Soto, and then let Judge walk in the offseason, it makes it easier to justify that. But we'll see. We'll see. No home runs in the All-Star in the home run derby, Aiden. Yeah, Stanton pulled out. So he pulled out. He's out of the home run derby. I think they might have replaced him with Corey Seager. Yeah. The Yankees have prospect board so much. Well, exactly, uncloned. Exactly. It's time to take these assets. And they're 6 deep at the shortstop position. So 6 deep at the shortstop position. So that's good. From anyone who might have known prospect. Yeah, no kidding, word lifer. No kidding. Forgot it. Segerson, yep. I mean, the Yankees can, honestly, they could pay Judge and Soto. You're right about that. And again, you pay the luxury tax, and just like the Dodgers do, and again, they're resetting. They're getting under it again, the Dodgers, so, Yankees might as well do it too. You know what I mean? So, Hicks and Licky, not really. Yeah, no kidding. Would they do it? Sports guy, that's the question. That's the $1 million question. Would the Yankees do it, right? And they should, but it is a legitimate question. It's a legitimate question. So I'm not exactly sure, but at the very least, they got to put themselves out there and let it be known that they were a hard suitor for this guy. And the only way they can do this is by putting a concrete and a credible offer out, not some lowball shit. You cannot lowball for Juan Soto. You can't. It's not gonna happen. Trade Stanton. Why would they trade Stanton to the Dodgers, though? He's their best postseason hitter. Uncloned. Why would they move that? Why would they do that? I wouldn't. Well, you're right about too, D-Rod. If they sign Soto, gives them leverage in the Judge negotiation. That's another good point. Oh, exactly. Alexander Gordon, too. Exactly. They have IKF next year as a cost-effective shortstop. It's one reason they brought him here. And again, it makes it easier to give it up a guy like Volpe to get a generational player. Who would I take Soto at this point? Soto. I like Castillo, but Soto's a generational player. If you have a chance to get a guy like that, You got to do it. I think, and again, I think they know too that Soto doesn't solve the pitching problem. So if they get Soto, they're going to get another pitcher too on top of that. Who I have no idea, but now's the time to do it. No doubt about it. It's one guy that gets it. Yeah, you're damn right. Sports guy, you're damn right. Well, we do. We do need starting pitchers and relievers. Yes, we do. Would be just yeah. He'd be imagine him in the American League against Boston against the Astros. Like it would just be killer, absolutely killer. So, by the way, please smash that like button, guys and gals, if you haven't done so yet. I'd like to try to get those likes up as high as possible. I thank you. Which player would be the first 50 million? It's a good question, Robert. I mean, it could be Soto. It could be Vlad Jr. I don't know. It's a good question. A really good question. Scott Barlow from the Royals would be fantastic. Realistically, what teams can acquire Soto and keep him? Positionally, not many, D-Rod. Not many. Less than a handful. Nice, Randy. I'm jealous, bro. Have fun at that game, man. Soto for some chicken. Probably Gallon, Dominguez, and possibly Twiller. Yeah, that won't be enough. That won't be enough, Hayden. Yeah. So does what the Yankees hope Dominguez becomes. Yeah, I mean, I think Brian Reynolds is that too. He's kind of like the finished product of Brian Reynolds. I mean, of Jason Dominguez. So this kid's a unique player, Juan Soto. So if you get an opportunity to get him, you got to do it. You got to do it. Figure everything else around it. I think the Blue Jays turn it around. Well, they're gonna they could be they're a dark horse in my opinion for Luis Castillo too. They could. I mean, they've got some injuries, right? Rio's out for Tommy John, and Kikuchi's been out for a little bit and struggling. So they need to add a frontline pitcher. Jays. I know, turning down $440 million. It's crazy. That shows how confident this kid is, right? It really does. $40 million per year. Well, think about it, E. Brunson. Look how many people on my own videos, my live stream, say give Judge $40 million a year, and they're not going to give Soto $40 million a year. I don't know about that. I don't know. What's your opinion about only big marketing teams? Well, there are other teams that can sign. It just depends on what they're willing to give up. But that's the other thing too. Like some teams are just not. It's unfortunate. So the collective bargaining agreement, they need more access and smaller market teams need better ways of running their franchise and making them more profitable, investing more in payroll. So they need to get better in a lot of different areas. But small market teams like Tampa Bay Rays, they do a great job of developing players on low payrolls. So it has happened. Toronto, Boston, New York, Baltimore. That is such a strong farm, they might be out. The Dodgers can get Castillo and Soto. They could if they want. Volpe and Dominguez, yeah. Yeah, well, exactly. Volpe and Dominguez and Peraza, they're still prospects. And they haven't proven themselves at a major league level yet. So anything is possible. It's a risk that the Nationals will be taking too, to take guys like that, the hopes that they stay, in their position, good defense, and continue to develop and whatnot. So we'll see. Teams winning prospect games. Pretty much, D-Rod. You're right about that. Think about how crazy it would make other teams too if the Yankees got Soto. Richard, I would get the prospects, get them over here, and then try to extend the kid. Yankees and comeback kid. I see faith. Yeah, I think the Yankees will be okay with Santiago. I do think they need to make some modifications, but This just presented itself now. It's crazy, but it just presented itself. So at the very least, they have to look into it. There's no reason for them not to look into it. Okay, Tyler. DJ first. Soto. DJ leadoff, Soto second, Judge third, Rizzo fourth, Stanton fifth, Torres, Carpenter, Trevino. That's a good lineup too, Tyler. Very good lineup. I like those types of lineups. I really do. Killer on the bank. Yeah, 245. But it's really, he's gotten, after a slow start, he's gotten pretty hot lately. I'm not really worried about that, sports. ASG's coming to a good time. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool if they made the deal during the All-Star break. That'd be kind of cool. Andujar, sure. If they want Andujar, absolutely. Take him. Take him. Andujar would have an opportunity to play on a regular basis over there, so why not? He deserves that. 35 for 13. He's the one to train. Sign him off the train away the farm. But yeah, it's making big time money. Big time. He will be making big time money. Red Sox are an option. I don't know if they can acquire Juan Soto, but we'll see. I'm looking down too to see if there's anything coming up. Nothing. There's anything interesting on the feed that pops up, so I'm looking down on occasion, so don't mind me. Dodgers have a good shot at getting him too, yes. Would Nationals take Gallo, Volpe, Dominguez, and Sweeney? They might, but it's going to cost more than that. It's going to cost more than that to get Soto. Judge, Soto, Stanton, Rizzo on the same lineup. It would be crazy. It would be absolutely insane to get that much firepower in this lineup. I mean, it'd be nuts. I mean, it really would. Same here, Craig Olson. If they trade for Soto, they're going to let Judge walk. And I would be fine with that too. Why didn't I run a gallon time? I hope not, Fritz. I really hope not. I really do. DFA Gallo, promote Florial, trade Marwin and bring up Peraza and make IKF the utility guy. Trade Marwin where? Why would we trade him? He's pretty good over here, Richard. Why would we trade him? Teen Soto, man. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Would be amazing. And Peraza, Peraza's great, don't get me wrong, but he hasn't proven himself at the major league level yet, so I like to avoid the excessive hype. And the same thing applies to Jason Dominguez, too. He came with a lot of hype. Soto's up for agency at 2025, so at the end of the 2024 season. D-Rod. And I think he'll be locked up, most likely before that, on a new contract. Do I see Boston lying in the woods? For Soto, I'm not sure. They could be lying in the woods for other guys, though. They could be lying in the woods for a guy like Brian Reynolds or Andrew Benintendi or whatever. Ian Happ, Luis Castillo, guys like that, yeah. I think Judge is going to walk anyway. You know what, Billy? I have a feeling you're right. We've talked about this quite a bit on my channel, right? We've talked about it quite a bit. So we'll see. 90 likes. We're almost at 100. What's up, Yuri Yank? What's happening, my man? Yeah, I wouldn't trade Marwin. Why would we trade him? Fine with unloading the farm and re-signing Judge even if we lose Soto. Brian Soto and keeping Judge would be insane. Murderer's row. They're going to be a modern day murderer's row. Really would be. So, I'm really curious to see that side. And our minds are going to be all over the place. I'm sure we're going to get any bit and piece of speculation from this guys over the next couple of weeks. So it's going to get hot at one point. It's going to get crazy. And so is the trade deadline. So I can't wait to do that. I can't wait to go live on trade deadline day. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. It's going to be a long timing day, but it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. I'll tell you that. We'll see, Richard. We'll see if they go for him or not. Time was available. Would you try again? Him or Soto? I'd still go for Soto. Soto's young. Soto can usually. Interesting. Hirsch. Juan Soto's been traded. Imagine that sports guy. Pirates. Oh man. Soto and Judge would be at 400 million. Yeah, it would definitely shoot up the payroll. That's for damn sure. Yeah, that's for damn sure. I don't know, Matt. We'll see. This is the time where I hope Cashman pleasantly surprises us and was like, "Why were you doubting me?" You know what I mean? Does one of those. That's what I hope happens. I really do. Another deadline where leadership. Yeah, I know. They wanted too much quality. It's there. They always want too much. That is what it is. What it is. Cashman wants too much when he trades players too. It just happens. It's part of the deal. You know, can Soto dictate where he gets? Not really. Just he's not a 10-5 player, so he doesn't really have control. And he's also hasn't even hit free agency, so he can't veto anything. He's an arbitration player, so he cannot veto anything. No, he's not a 10-5 guy. Yep. Boris. Yeah, and Boris is the most powerful agent in all of baseball, so he'll definitely be very influential in whatever happens. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But my final package would probably be Volpe, Dominguez, and this is with just going for Soto. Volpe, Dominguez, Peraza, probably a Hayden Wesneski. That's 4. Probably a hard throwing reliever of some sort. I'd do 5 or 6 players for Juan Soto. 3 of them would be in the top 10. That would be kind of and if you boost it again, if you add Corbin to this or whatever, then I'm taking a player away or I'm adding a Hicks type contract. They have to assume some money back. That's to me is fair. You know what I mean? So what if he says I won't sign the extension? Well, but you like to see if he's going to sign that ahead of time, or say that ahead of time, obviously. Mm-hmm. No, exactly. On calling component. Exactly. It's a great point too. I don't think the Yankees will trade for Castillo. They want him. And I don't think they should give up Volpe for Luis Castillo. Anyway, Peraza, I would do it as part of a different package, but I'm not moving Volpe. Told my guy August 2nd. Let me see. Let me pull up MLB trade deadline schedule. Let's pull it up here. August 2nd, and it looks like the deadline itself is going to be looks like it's going to be 5 p.m. is the actual deadline, so I'll go from like 12 to 6 or 12 to 5:30 because there's always stuff that pops out right after the deadline, last minute deals, and there's always a bunch that happen leading up to the deadline, so it'll be like 5 or 6 hours of live time. And you're going to get everything. Once it happens, you're going to get it immediately. Whatever happens, you're going to get everything. So that's going to be hopping that live. That live is going to be crazy good. So I'm really looking forward to that one. Really, really am. Perez was Nesky and Medina for Castillo. Pereira was Nesky and Medina. It's probably going to cost a little bit more than that, Richard. But that would be nice if it did. Only cost that much? I don't think you can get Philippi. I agree, Steve. I think they're going to wind up wanting both. Castillo's more, he's more gettable than Soto. Yeah, I mean, just for the price alone, absolutely, Hirsch, absolutely. Castillo's going to take a decent amount. Don't get me wrong. Evening, you're a Yank. Well, exactly. I love Judge too, but this is Juan Soto. We're talking about guys like that. They don't grow on trees. They come every so often. So to me, I'm all over that. I'm all over Juan Soto. And I think a lot of other folks would be too. The question is, what are they going to give up? What are they not going to give up? Right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But we wrap it up now. We got the lineup out too. And Soto, the new table. Yes. Yankees at Minnesota win the World Series. Mets say, yeah, exactly. The Mets have no. Can't see anything. Can't see anything. We'll see. And we'll see about that sports guy. It's gonna be interesting to see where he goes. Now I'm more confident that he gets moved before the deadline or at the deadline. So that's gonna be a big time thing in baseball. So we'll see what happens. But I'll go live tonight after the game. So thank you guys and gals for coming. Wanted to just go live and see what everybody was thinking about this trade. And Judge Soto Devers the Giants. That would be insane, Santiago. But anything's possible. Anything's possible. So, but thank you all. If you haven't hit that like button yet on your way out, do me a favor and hit that like button. It's greatly appreciated. We will go live after the game. And obviously, if Soto gets traded, I'll go live immediately if that happens. So you get everything immediately. So whenever that happens, if it happens, you're going to get it. You're going to get it live. So, because then we'll definitely have a lot to talk about. So, but with that, thanks for coming on and hanging out with me. And hopefully I'll see you all tonight for the live stream. Over now.